destination. They started using heritage look and feel, and you can walk, you can cycle within the Penang Town area, sort of. So that's creating something new that people can enjoy when they go to the destination. Now, Malaysia being Malaysia, makan is never an issue. Every destination must have a good makan. There must be something which is popular, right? And I don't think that's an issue at the moment. Now you're talking about hygiene issues, perhaps. Whether the social distancing will affect those eateries or not. I see the Mama Shop Associations of Malaysia has put up something to the government on their concern with regards of how they will operate from now on. Because apart from the outlet itself, they are also dependent on a lot of foreign workers.
Yeah.
So when the foreign workers are affected very much, and it also becomes an issue for them to operate. So coming back to resorts, they definitely need to come up with a more, in my opinion, and what I'm suggesting to many of our hotel members is to start working with the local authorities, the local tourism, the state tourism, start talking to their travel agents in that vicinity, and we look at the diversity of what is available in those destinations. Malaysia actually is very lucky because we've got diverse culture and race and people, and even in fact our tourist attraction it's all there. We just need to now get it all together, not disjointed. Understand that if people are going to go to Sarawak, they're going on one purpose, and I want to enjoy everything when I go to Sarawak, for example. So the survival for them is now moving forward. They really need to look at these packages. They really need to now say that a guest can check in, and the guest can come to the reception and actually say, okay, I've got 5 days here in Kuching. I got 5 days here in Penang, and we are able to now just open up a little flyer and actually say, well, for 5 days, this is our recommendation. It's there. Not that now, sometimes when we talk about services in the hotels too, sometimes you go to the concierge counter. The concierge will actually ask the guest what you actually want to do.
Yep.
As opposed to us saying to the guest that, oh, you have 5 days? Okay, this is what I recommend to you. And ini tidak. Most of the time when we go there, when I was conducting training in Kinabalu several years ago, and I asked, in one of my role plays was about tour to Mount Kinabalu. Which is available in every hotel and which every travel agent has that package. When I asked the hotel staff, and I show of hands, out of 35, only 2 has actually gone up Mount Kinabalu.
Okay.
The other 33 from Sabah, in that position of front office, has not visited Mount Kinabalu. So as we all say, how are you going to sell a product when you don't know what the product is? You yourself has not experienced that product.
Be the user.
It's very funny, and in restaurants, food, sometimes we all go to the restaurant and somebody comes and actually say, oh, I recommend you this dish. And then when you ask that person, why do you recommend me this dish? Because he said, oh, it's very good. Have you tried it? No lah. So how do you know it's good, right? Again, I think these are little things that we've got to start reversing, track, prepare ourselves moving forward. Because Malaysia has actually got everything.
Yep.
From the sun, the sea, the mountain, you name it lah. Semuanya ada, kan?
Betul.
So we now have to package it all together and bring it forward. Everybody should be talking the same thing. If hotel is going to sell a tour package, tour should be selling the hotel, not a one-way,
Yeah.
So it's this scenario
Mm.
to now survive
Mm.
COVID-19. The mentality, the mindset has to change. That's the first one, mindset. Okay. Thanks, guys.
I guess you're right. When we talk, I think we're talking about collaboration, right? Collaboration should actually start in internal,
Yes.
collaborating with one department to another. So everyone must sell. Not only the person who actually at the sales, position actually should sell their services or their place and all that. And the second part that said, you must know your product. I think after this, part of the training or orientation for the hotel must include the surrounding area, what we have around our area. If let's say, like you said, Mount Kinabalu, all the frontliners are must to actually to go and
Climb.
climb that mountain. Then you can become one of the
If
frontliners.
I can say, those days, travel agents would actually come to the hotel and invite our team to go for the tour, so that they can experience the tour, and then sell the tour.
Right.
Unfortunately, I don't see that happening very much lately. Maybe the veteran travel companies, yes, but the new travel companies, no. And I also want to say something here, because a lot of hotels, when it comes to training, they don't, especially product knowledge, they don't emphasize a lot to one department. And this department actually the staff spends at least 25 minutes minimum with the guests, which is the longest time ever one staff can interact with the guests. That is housekeeping. Because if I'm cleaning your room, you're in your room, I'm going to be in your room for 20 minutes at least. That's the best time for you to sell your product.
Yeah, unintentionally, right?
Receptionists are told to check in a guest as fast as possible, less than 3 minutes. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
So we forget to realize who is the person who spends most time with our guests, and it's actually the housekeeper. The maid will know how you sleep. The maid knows how you unpack your things. Apa lagi? The maid kenal you the best.
Makes sense.
Makes sense, right? Okay, about that. But we are actually listening from an experience.
Yeah.
Who live it, in this industry for many years. Of course,
exactly.
True. So housekeeping, I never thought of that.
Yeah.
Right. Talking about that, lah, betul. So, but how about Association of Hotel? I had another question that I think I read one statement, I think published in the Age, 22nd April 2020, talking about saying that from January to June period, right? Hotel looking for potential losses, 3.3 billion from room revenue alone, and predicted that the losses will end somewhere April 28. Then the MCO come in. So now, is any study or maybe any plan from from Malaysia Association of Hotel to support the members? I'm pretty sure you for the past 60 days or even though before that, you guys have discussed what you can do for your members.
Okay. Well, as you rightly say, the earlier report or the earlier survey that we did, where we had actually not all 1,200 members responded to the survey. We only had about 480 members who responded. That 3.3 billion came from the 483 members. A second survey that we did recently, and this is updated on 26th of April. The amount has actually increased to about 6.4 billion until year end.
Double.
year end. Yeah.
Mm.
Now again, this is with lesser number of hotels reporting back. Number
Mm.
one. Number two is increase by double. Yeah.
Yep.
So 6.3 billion would actually be just figure that is based on this current survey.
Mm.
I can guarantee you, in reality, it is definitely more than this. Yeah,
Mm.
and these are based on expected potential revenues to come in from now until year end. Cancellation of events, cancellation of functions, F&Bs and rooms and all that. Yeah, so it's not healthy. It's a lot of money that is lost, and this is only hotel industry. Tourism actually is known to be the number two, if not number one, income earner for the nation, for the country. So you just imagine the big blow that the country is having in terms of income generated from tourism. Yeah.
Mm.
So, what have we provided the hotel at the moment is prepare themselves in terms of the guidelines on how to make the hotel safe.
Mm.
In the guideline also, I've added some, what do you call it, bonus guidelines with regards to some marketing strategies that they can look at. You know, of late you'll be reading a lot coming out from America or from Japan. Japan, whereby they are talking very much on digital marketing. And this is the time actually one should not go dark. You need to be in the front. You need, as I mentioned earlier, to go back to your clients, continue being close to your clients, being close to your regulars, being close to your networks. Say that, hey, hello, I'm still alive. But I'm at the moment temporarily close, but we are alive. You know? So don't forget me, sort of thing, right? And as this is where one should already start looking at plans on how you're going to bring this business back. Yeah. So there will still be traveling. That's how Fu mentioned earlier. People will still travel. Salesmen will still travel. They'll be going up and down the north and south highway, and to the east coast, to the west coast. That will still continue to happen. We just have to be very much more aggressive in terms of driving the business. I think the direction that Fu is going on with co-working spaces and that sort of thing is the right direction. I actually represent another similar property like Fu, down in the Champa Bukit Bintang area, which is the 28B. And so again, when we decided to do 28B, I informed the owners to say that, don't come out as a budget hotel. Budget hotel is a perception. The product that you provide, the services that you provide will depict what you are, who you are. And so don't go on cheap mattresses, don't go on small, tiny 17-inch TV, that sort of thing, A room is a room. If you got a room of 18 square meters, so be it. Put a 49-inch TV in there. What's wrong? Because the comfort the customer needs to be given. And customer will pay for that. That's where you will see that I always say that just because you're a 3-star means I don't have a doorman. No reason. No reason, right?
Yeah.
So if we talk about service again, doorman can be your security guy. Your doorman can be your receptionist. Make sure the guy is present there and not behind the counter. Because that's where your welcoming punya ni will happen. And when a guest feels that, oh, there's somebody helping me with my luggage, wow, I don't get this in another small hotel.
Differentiation.
So it's again, when we talk about survival, we talk about the perception of what a customer will feel and what value for money I'm paying. Right?
I'll go back to service.
Yeah.
It all goes back to perception of what the value you're paying. We go to Europe and we
Mm.
pay €100,
Mm.
and the room is half the size of our smallest room in the hotel.
Mm.
Right.
Yep.
When they convert the currency and they say, oh, 400 ringgit is 100 US,
Mm.
you cannot get 100 US in the US itself. It
Mm.
must be a small hotel. But then when they come, suddenly they realize, wow, 5-star. So we are really, that's why we have sometimes said considered the cheapest destination.
Mm.
Kadang-kadang it's our doing, kan?
Mm.
The product that we have is what your price. Same goes to food.
Mm.
We don't increase the price on the menu for I don't know how many years.
Mm.
The cost of the ingredient is going up. So your margin is getting smaller and smaller and smaller, and it's alamak tak boleh tahan lah ke shop.
Mm. Mm.
So but if you actually say, I'm giving you a tiger prawn
Mm.
instead of the normal small prawn for your mee mama,
Mm.
and this equates to the number, the dollar and cents I'm charging you, and the flavor is right, and the portion is right, some guests will pay.
Yep.
No?
Exactly.
This is something that we got to, when we look at how do we want to support our members, these are the informations that we provide to them.
Mm.
Get away from the way that they were currently doing business. We got to now start looking and saying that product versus value
Mm.
equals your pricing. So these are little strategies from the
things that we can
national
do.
MA that we can do. Yeah.
Mm.
So the guideline we are doing also now quarantine hotel, something
Mm.
that we've supported them with. Yeah.
Mm.
A total of 82 hotels signed up, but unfortunately the Ministry of Health has not used all of them. I think less than half of it is being used by the ministry. Now, again, it's not that they don't want to share. What I understand is because they do have logistic issues, because once I've used one hotel, I've got my team there, and therefore that's why that hotels become a repeat hotel. But of course, some members are not happy about that, but we've highlighted this to the ministry. Yeah. This quarantine hotel, I believe, will continue as far as beyond June, I would imagine. Yeah. And what happens there now is, let's ask that big question. Now I'm a quarantine hotel. When everything starts to get normal, perception of you being a quarantine hotel might deter guests coming to you pula.
You need to build the branding.
So macam mana we want to balance this? So it's now actually national service, I would say, that these hotels have provided. And we thank them for their effort of being quarantine hotels. And I suppose it helps them a bit in terms of managing their costs. Yeah, although we have no control of the hotel, it's taken over completely by the ministry. Yeah, and I think that's a good thing because it reduces exposure lah. Yeah, from the virus. Okay, I think that is what we could say the support that MA is currently giving, and we're giving a lot of. We are approaching the government on a few other stimulus programs that we have brought into them, but pending some reply from them, of course. This includes things which are like grants and assessment, to try and reduce that. We're looking at increasing the ERP amount because the 600 doesn't work for some properties. Yeah. We're looking at loan interest waivers and servicing to extend it further beyond the 6 months. Utility charges, electricity, we are paying commercial rates. By right, we've been asking for industrial rates for a long time. Yeah. We are looking at long term. We've actually asked the government to look again at the full study on the economics of hotel and tourism, understand how we can sustain our tourism. Yeah. We are also looking at Tourism Malaysia in terms of how the Tourism Malaysia can better improve our country as a tourism destination. Yeah.
Hmm.
So there are about 20 odd items that we've put up and written into the government. So we are following this up very closely. Yeah. Hopefully we are still able to get some answers and some positive answers to be able to help the association members and the industry. Yeah.
There's a lots of happening during behind that closed door during this time.
Oh.
Yeah.
No
Yeah.
rest.
No rest.
No rest. And all this
Well,
done from your home and
all
other
that
people
from
know.
home. Yeah. Everybody work from home.
Everyone is actually discussing from home. And you come up with these 20 suggestions and ideas.
Yep.
Wow, that's kind of great effort that coming up from the association.
Yeah.
Then come back to
The funny thing would be, that here I am in one industry. Can you imagine if my wife is in another industry, and then your son is another industry, or your children is another industry? You have 4 different industries.
Yeah.
You're gonna have crossfire between all having this discussion. Yeah.
Yeah. But I think the hoteliers in Malaysia are pretty much privileged to have MAH as their backbone. To collate and consolidate all the voices and send it to the ministry, government, to send some sort of help to them. I think if I'm a hotelier, I'll be very, very much relieved because MH got our back. Yeah.
I think between ourselves, MIBA, the association that the FU is in, and Malaysian Association of Hotel Owners, MAHO, the 3 of us do get together quite often. To have one voice, to carry issues up the government to help the industry. Okay.
Thank you.
I think this our final question, and this is a burning question. What do you think? There's so many relief incentive. Recently I think the first one and then the revision one, has been made given by the government to assist businesses is in this wake of the pandemic, of the pandemic and MCO. What do you think the government, in your opinion, can do, or maybe to introduce more to support the hotel and services industry specifically? Maybe we go to food first.
Yep.
Especially for a small business owner like us, what do you think?
Okay, I would say I'll start about talking about from the owner's point of view. From the owner's point of view, I would say that we have to think of ways to rebrand the business, rebrand the hotel, and also we encourage the government to rebrand the entire tourism place. Like Mr. Halim has mentioned earlier, Penang used to be people go there for the beaches, then they transform themselves into heritage tourism. So we have to think of sort of things like what can we do for Malaysia as a whole? What kind of new areas of tourism can we venture into? And Mr. Halim mentioned earlier also to think of providing new services. Let's say for boutique hotel like us, we may not, our hotel rates may not go up to the rates of a 5-star hotel, or even we should not go down further. But what we can do is to provide extra services at maybe at lower or no cost. Let's say, for example, the simple service of carrying luggage for the hotel guests, or greeting them at the door, open the door for them. You only find this at the 5-star hotels. Or you can even package your hotel room service with a pickup service for the hotel guests. Let's say for nowadays you can always partner. You don't have to have your own delivery, your own driver. You can always engage the partner with a Grab driver or some tourism driver. They can pick up the hotel guests and at a minimum rate, so that you can provide this extra service to your hotel guests. For the government side, I think Mr. Halim has mentioned earlier. He has mentioned the extensive one that what has already been offered by the government, such as the special relief fund, the wage subsidy programs. I want to add on top that what Mr. Halim mentioned earlier, the 20 points that he mentioned earlier. So I would say that the government can consider to impose the stricter ruling that were imposed on hotels to the Airbnb units. I'm not asking the government to totally eliminate the Airbnb, because there's no way that we can go against technology. But I would say that we should create a same level playing field, so that the hotels they have the same kind of requirements as the Airbnb units. This also will improve on the regulation part, for the government in terms of the income tax. Second is that I would say the government should encourage more after this MCO is lifted, encourage more domestic tourism. Provide income tax incentives to the local guests for traveling domestically and staying at the hotels. Okay. Third is to temporarily allow the development of new hotels. I mean, I believe no owners will want to go into the hotel business at this point of time. But I would say that so that you can allow the existing hotels some time and space to recuperate, because this next 1 year is going to be very tough. It's going to be very tough, and the government can also allow more flexibility and provide more support for the hotels if they want to convert their space usage. Avoid this kind of red tapes where they have to apply to the local council and then you go through a long approval process. So we should think of ways to cut through all these red tapes so that the business hotel owners, they can convert their part of the hotel space for other usage. And all the measures that I mentioned above will not directly cost the government any money. I mean, of course, like Mr. Halim, I think you all like the government to provide more handouts, such as service tax relief, tourism tax relief, but it may not be possible, due to the government's financial constraints, and there's also so many other industries to be saved. They're also crying for help, same way as the tourism industry.
Okay.
I think just to add on there, if I may,
Yeah.
The last time we checked, there's about 53,000 listed Airbnbs in Malaysia. 53,000. So as House Fu said earlier, one Airbnb is a 2-bedroom. It's potentially 4 guests that could be in that room. So you just multiply that by 2. It's 100 over 1,000 rooms a day available or lost to the hotel owner. Do you know what I mean?
Yeah.
So this is something that we have brought up a long time ago already, and I believe the paperwork has been finalized, and they will be bringing it up once the Parliament resumes to get an approval on regulation on Airbnb. Yeah. Okay. Thank you.
All right.
Great. So I guess the discussion today is also really talking about how to adapt to this current situation. 60 days are almost over. We have to adapt. We need to move forward. We need to really look into aligning the business, segmentize the business. Looking into these new SOPs, how to actually manage this new world, a new way of life. Reshape. If we need to reshape the business, we need to do to reshape the business. I guess we also talk a lot about collaboration. It's not about one competition anymore, right?
Yep.
We used to have price competition, service competition. Everything's about compete because we want to be. As a hotel service industry, we want to be the best among others. But this is the time that everyone need to sit down. Okay, let's go. How we can collaborate? How to build this relationship, right? To survive, we need support. We need not only support among internally, but we also need support external. I think who make quite one of the good movement whereby collaborate with other companies and all that to provide more services, because you can't keep all the services from your side, right? Because you will actually basically increase the cost and all that. But collaboration can minimize all that.
Yep.
So I guess this end of our discussion today is a very, very I think good topic to discuss. Even though at first we quite afraid, right? Admin said, okay, what we're going to discuss, is this going to going to end up more disaster than what we discussed? I think overall
it was fruitful.
It's a fruitful actually talk.
In fact, we were of the opinion that it's going to be a very doom and gloom kind of panel discussion. But after going through, about 1.5 hour time with both gentlemen here. It seems that we can see the light at the end of the tunnel for hotel industries. I think they just have to persevere, really look into the latest updates by the association, respective association, and the government initiative, and move along with them. Then I think we can actually weather the storm quite clearly. Otherwise, if you are just a solo hotel entrepreneur, I think you will have a big issue later on. So it's best to work within a community, peers in the industry as well. Yeah, this is what my take is. Right. Thank you, Mr. Halim and Mr. Fu for your time.
Thank you.
Really, really appreciate it.
Yeah.
So with that, we will end our session number 5, Hotel and Services Industry Survival Post MCO. I hope our audience out there who are in the hotel industries are able to take a lot of pointers from both gentlemen, Mr. Halim and Mr. Fu respectively. All right, thank you, and we'll see you in our next session. And with that, we will end this recording. Thank you.
Thank you.
Thank you, Alvin.
Yeah.
Thank you, Emilia.
Take care.
Thank you.
All right.
Emilia.
Thank you, Halim.
Sign off, Emilia.
Thank you.